Alright guys, so we got early access to the Galaxy S25, the S25 Plus and the S25 Ultra, and I've got a few things to tell you. Actually, 6 things, and I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's talk about design changes first. First, the camera housing. Just as per leaks, they are now bolder with a black border. And I know it's a small design tweak, but it's the one that's going to differentiate the S25 series with any older S-series phone. Second, the S25 base and the Plus pretty much feel the same, but there are slight changes in the Ultra. See, the S24 Ultra had a flat front and back, but the edges curved very slightly. The S25 Ultra is flat on the front, the back, and now even the edges are absolutely flat, giving it a very sporty rectangle look. Third, the S24 Ultra had sharper corners, and now with the S25 Ultra, Samsung has made it rounder and softer, which definitely feels a lot better. And fourth, the S25 Ultra is now 15% thinner and it's 15 grams lighter than the S24 Ultra. And while this difference may not sound a lot, but trust me, it's really subtle, but it makes a lot of difference. But yeah, no major design upgrades, just a few subtle ones to make it feel like it's the new S25 series. And now let's talk about the display. And honestly, the display tech and the size pretty much remains the same across all 3 phones, except the Ultra, which has a 6.9-inch display now, as compared to the 6.8-inch on the S24 Ultra. But now if you think about it, the S25 Ultra has a slightly larger display, but it's still thinner and lighter than the S24 Ultra, which I think is pretty cool. Now, of course, we will talk about the brightness and, the display performance in the full review, but there are 2 things that I do want to talk about. First, the anti-reflective coating, again, it's there on the S25 Ultra, and that makes it, again, the most readable display outdoors than any other phone out there, and take my word for it. And second, the S25 Ultra has Gorilla Glass Armor 2 protection, which is supposedly 29% more scratch resistant than the previous generation. I mean, honestly, the S24 Ultra, and excuse me for exaggerating, already had God-level protection and scratch resistance, so I really can't imagine how much better this one is going to be. But the S25 base and the Plus, they still have Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Now, let's talk about performance. And all 3 phones have Snapdragon 8 Elite. So it doesn't matter what phone you're buying in which market, you're going to get Snapdragon everywhere. And more than just raw performance, the 8 Elite has a lot of AI computing, which is what I'll talk about shortly in this video. And the other good thing is that all phones now start with 12 gigs of RAM, which kind of makes sense because AI computing requires a lot of RAM. And so with 12 gigs, all of that's going to happen super quickly. Oh, and another very important thing, the vapor chamber that's responsible for cooling on these phones is 40% larger on the S25 Ultra compared to the S24 Ultra, and on the S25 base and Plus, it's 15% larger, which means basically better cooling, better efficiency, better performance, longer lasting battery. Okay, next is cameras, and there's not much to talk about because hardware-wise, it's pretty much the same across all 3 phones, except the Ultra now gets a bumped-up ultra-wide camera from 12 megapixels to 50 megapixels. So more light, more detail, just better ultra-wide photos from the Ultra. But there are some improvements on the software front for the camera that I'd like to mention. So now by default, you may decide to shoot videos in 10-bit HDR, which of course you can also just toggle off if you don't want to. And second, and this was much awaited, you can now shoot videos in log format. So you can shoot more detail and then color correct them to your liking, making things look more cinematic if you know how to do that. There's also audio eraser now that will help you eliminate certain kind of common noises or like background sounds, or even if someone is speaking in the video. And there's also a new spatial temporal filter that Samsung is going to be using to really improve the low light video performance on these phones. But of course, we're going to have to test all of these things out, right? With photo and video samples. So please subscribe because that video is going to come out real soon. Okay, now the AI capabilities. Look, Samsung is probably the only brand right now with phones that not only offer the most number of AI capabilities, but also the most number of meaningful AI capabilities. And I'm not here to talk about the ones that have already existed. I'm guessing you know about that already, but just the new ones, the new cool things that are going to happen. And the one that I think matters the most is the fact that you can now have conversational searches on the phone. For example, you can just long press the power button, which launches Gemini. And it's no ordinary Gemini. It's tightly integrated into the Google apps, the Samsung native apps, and even One UI, like at system level. So you could say things like, look for a rooftop restaurant serving Indian food playing live music, and it's going to give you results mapped as per your location. And so if you think about what really happened here, it took your voice input, it pulled up info from Google, and then it took your sensor, GPS sensor data, and then combined all three to give you results that are most relevant for you at that moment. It can even do things like pull up the schedule of an upcoming tournament, and if you'd like, it'll take all of that and put it into your Samsung calendar, just like that. You can even go into your settings and search for, something like, I want to increase visibility of my text, and it will present you all the right options related to font or readability. And so you don't have to say something very proper like increase font size. I mean, it will get the context and present you the right options. Or let's say there's AI Select. You can just tap on the QR code of your boarding pass and it will give you the option to add to your Samsung wallet. I mean, it's going to understand on-screen context and give you options accordingly. Or let's say you go into your gallery app and you search for your dog rubbing his back on a rug, and it's going to scan through photos and videos and present you options that have exactly that. There's also something called as Now Brief. It's basically going to present you, detailed info or a summary of info that fits right into your daily schedule at the right time. Things like when to leave for a movie or a meeting or any other event, or traffic updates, or things like news items that are of relevance to you. Just things that kind of summarize your daily movements. It understands all of that and just gives you the right options at the right time to take action. Of course, there's One UI 7 that's going to come on the S25 series, and I've done a video explaining or highlighting the new features that came in the One UI 7 beta version. I'll leave a link over here just in case you want to go through that. And lastly, Samsung is promising 7 years of OS upgrades and 7 years of security updates, so you're pretty well covered. Lastly, there are just a few things that did caught my eye, and of course I'm going to test all of these things, but I just think it's important for you to know. So there's something called as Pro Scaler Tech on all these three phones that's going to improve the viewing experience by up to 40%, and this is all powered by Snapdragon 8 Elite. And there's also a new personal data engine on all these three phones, and it essentially analyzes your app usage and personal behavior on the phone, and then it suggests recommendations or suggestions on things that you can do on your phone. And by the way, all of this is on device, okay? That data does not leave your phone. It's all encrypted and secured using Samsung Knox. In fact, let me give you an example. So let's say you're watching something on your Samsung Smart TV and you fall asleep. The ecosystem can detect that inactivity. Maybe it's from your watch or your phone, and it's going to shut off that TV for you. I mean, this is just an example of what personal data engine can do, but yeah, you get the gist. Look, these are just a few new things or updates that are coming to the Galaxy S25 series phones, as we just got access to the devices a while ago. And look guys, we're going to test all of this thoroughly when we get the devices and we take them home and we use them. I mean, samples of photos and videos, right? The relevance and accuracy of all the new AI stuff that's come out. Battery, thermals, charging, display. I mean, I just need some time with the devices to really report all of that back to you in my full review. But meanwhile, I'm going to keep posting some updates as I use the device on my Instagram. So you might want to follow me there if you don't want to wait out until that time. Also guys, I'll try to update the variants and pricing in the pinned comment as well as in the description, so feel free to check that out. And hey, if there's anything that you want me to review very specifically for the full review, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to address that in my next video. But yeah, that's it guys about the S25, very first impressions of whatever we saw. And I hope you guys really enjoyed watching the video. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification icon, and mark all. Helps the channel grow a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one.